Oh, she's a tired girl.
She's a tired girl.
Are you a tired girl?
I'm a tired girl. We're both tired girls today.
Wedding season has begun.
It's here.
And I feel like I'm tired enough that it could be the end of wedding season.
It's like killed you off already.
We get started.
Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Hayley.
And we are your wedding planning experts.
Here to spill the tea on the inside of wedding planning and everything that goes with it.
Expect our honest opinions, the real juice on what happens on a wedding day.
With a few tips thrown in between.
And also just a chat between friends.
And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And
let's
get you wed.
Woo!
Let's get you wed in wedding season.
We just got someone wed yesterday.
We did.
Joint effort.
It was. So
Yes.
basically, it was my first wedding day of the year, but we had two weddings. So Chloe and Sophie were down in London doing a wedding, and I was in Northamptonshire doing a wedding. One of the other Sophie that works with us, she was away. I don't know where. But
She's
so I
somewhere.
said to Hayley, I need someone to come and assist me. Do you fancy coming to help me out? And she did. And I definitely picked the right person.
Well, thank you.
Because as we will go into, there was a lot of flowering. But how did you find it? What did you think of my job?
Do you know
Quite
what?
good. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I need to come and do your job with you
Yeah.
now. And we could be like, oh, we understand each other a little bit more.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe you should. It was really, do you know what? It was really good. It was really like rewarding when everyone's like at the end of it. You know what I mean? They're all happy and they want to come and say thank you.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of hard work, isn't it? It's like constant all day. So basically what I found was that you can't really crack on with the job because you're getting asked questions from everybody.
Oh, yeah, like left, right, and centre.
Like a constant, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this, and then it's like, can you ask this? Can you ask that? Can you find? But a lot of the questions as well is things that I think because they know you're there, like coordinating, they kind of like rather than use their own initiative, they'll just ask you because you could just tell them. But it's some of the stuff. It was like, well, surely like
you
could just know that, you know, like. But it was fine.
Sometimes
like, it
I
was
think
fine.
as well, people get nervous working with the planner because some planners are so particular.
Yeah.
And want things a certain way. But things like what cocktails are served in what glasses, like you're the expert on that.
Yeah,
aren't
like
you?
you're
Like,
the
you rock
bar.
with what
You
wanna
see
do.
what? Yeah, exactly, totally. But no, I did. I really enjoyed it. It was just so. I think it's one of those things. It's a bit like what I do. I think people see it. It looks good. It looks. Oh, that could be easy. I've never thought it was easy because I know, but I just think. From point of view of like somebody else, they would think, oh, you know, and you know, anyone can do that. Well, maybe, but not do it well.
No,
I think you've got to be. You just need to be on it. I think is
so on it, and all like the little details. Think you've got to think of everything.
Yeah,
like to have asked the couple.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're so right. And I think this just goes back to like, you know, where caterers and DJs and photographers are like offering on the day coordination. As alongside what they do, and you're just like, it's just not physically possible. Like, you just, I mean, look at like when dinner was being served. I was still like going off, and even you, like, you know, because people are asking us questions, or like mum come up to us and ask where this was, or you know, like you're still like doing things. And even like when you're like setting up and stuff, you know, they're focused on like laying up and things like that.
Yeah.
And, like, as you see, and that's what I was saying to you is you think, oh, it take me, I don't know, half an hour to put out the place cards, but then somebody asks you to do this, or you have to go off and show somebody where to go for this, and nothing ever goes to plan. It's like yesterday they were like, okay, we're going to put everyone's names on the doors.
Oh,
rooms,
okay,
right?
yeah.
As soon as everyone arrived. First person, I'm literally walking through the corridor. I haven't even got to the front of the house. Someone said to me, oh, the couple are now arriving. Great. So I'm like, I'm going to position myself at the front of the house. If anyone's lost, I can direct them where to go.
Yeah.
Can't even get to the front of the house because as soon as I like leave the room, people are coming up. Like straight away, someone comes up to me. I don't know where I'm going. And they'd obviously arrived first. But by the time I'd done them, then everyone was like literally come up to me in this tiny corridor, like trying to ask me what room I'm in. And it was supposed to be a situation of the couple wanted everyone to just wander around the house, look for their room, see if their name's on the door, you know, like, but it just doesn't happen.
Well, people were asking for reception. Where can I find the reception?
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
So I don't think it explained it to him. No, it's basically like an Airbnb house, like a massive house.
Yeah.
You hire it out for the day or night, and you check in, or you're not even checking it. Yeah, you come in and
you just come in and find.
Yeah,
that's it.
And then you rock on. Yeah. So it's the doors are all open. So yeah. Things like that, where in your head you think that that's how it's going to work. It doesn't work like that. I know I'm having quite a few situations like this lately with couples, and I'm like, trust me, that's not how it's going to work. Like,
no.
That's what you think in your head.
Yeah, it's these ideas. Like, obviously they had all the picnic baskets, didn't they, in the rooms, which is a lovely idea, but when it's actually, I mean, it's a bit of a headache, isn't it? To be honest, like putting them all out, and for some people are gluten free. I actually
thought it did work quite well with the.
I think it was not. It was lovely because they went up and they were out of the way.
Yeah.
But in terms of like I think there was an issue where, like, for example, the caterer hadn't actually looked at the information, which was the information they needed to know, so they were relying on us to give them the information, even though they had that themselves.
We were trying to do something else.
There was so we're trying to like get the names on the door, and then they're asking where's this person, but they actually had it was all in the, do you know what I mean? The information was there for them, so then that slows you down on what you're trying to do. And so
and I think they were a bit lost on who, because they were trying to put the stuff in the rooms when we were putting names on the rooms. So they were going to rooms like, oh, there's no name on that room, and we're like, well,
we're still doing
finished
it.
Give us 10 minutes to get that finished. Also, we had like half an hour till they were arriving as well.
Yeah, that was a mad rush, wasn't it?
It was a bit crazy. Yeah, so...
But the actual idea in terms of, like, I like the picnic basket to get people to go up and sort of, like, basically...
check in and
have a little bit of a lull time while things were sort of, you know, coming together. But it's just, I think all plans are best made, aren't they, as they say? And then, but...
over-planned.
Some things just...
but expect the worst to happen.
And everything to take longer than you think. That was another 100%. Thing. Like, you want to, like, you think a task... So obviously with the flowers, you know, I thought, you know, that sort of thing doesn't take very long, but... you're getting asked questions constantly, so you can't get on with the job.
You can't just crack on. Like when you're actually a florist.
Yeah, that's your only.
You do just come in and you crack on, don't you? Whereas when you're doing our job, it's
you got to do that.
The go-to person.
But that was a lot of flowers to organise for.
Yeah,
for what would be someone that is essentially not trained. I'm not like being like patronising.
Yeah, so I was basically really lucky that I had Hayley, because they basically said to me they were going to have like vases on the tables, bridesmaids bouquets go in them. They'd ordered like these lovely dried flowers, really nice, and they were just like scattered on the table in between the vases. Load of candles, great. And then they were like, oh, we're going to have like these milk jugs with they were like big jugs on these really nice big windowsills in the hall. But they had a couple of arrangements already coming from the church anyway, and then they were like, oh, we'll put together a couple more. Well, they were actually getting all their flowers, which I don't really understand when they did this, but I think her mum lived down south. They were going to get all the flowers, and then they were driving them all up.
Right.
So I think in my head, I thought that we're getting all the flowers for these big jugs, which they were, but they were very much like just random big, oh, here's a big jug
like, it was like they just placed them in there for... storage.
Yeah, for them to then be arranged.
Yeah,
it'd be like you buying a load of stuff from the warehouse.
Yeah, and just like sticking it in buckets and being, that was it, yeah.
So then I'm just kind of left with all this stuff, and I was a bit like...
because if you literally, it was...
Good job I got Hayley, because she knows how to make it look good.
Exactly. You literally would...
One vase
they were expecting you to do floristry.
Yeah, I had this one vase of flowers and I usually just stuck them in, and I was like, that looks so bad. That's not too bad. Hayley's got this like weird hand flick that she does when she's like pulling stuff out and putting it in. I haven't quite got it, but then like she does these little flicks and you can't really see the hand moving, and then you look at it like
sleight of hand.
It's really good. Like if I'd have tried to pull that out, the whole lot would have come out. I'd have got the vase would have smashed, the water would have smacked me in the face, like, you know. So yeah, I was so glad that I had you. Them tables look so nice.
They did look really lovely. They did look lovely.
Especially because they were literally, even last week, and them hydrangea heads. Her mum had got a load of dried hydrangea heads. They were so nice.
I think she'd actually cut them off of a bush, hadn't she? Yeah.
And just dried them out.
Dried them. No, they
so
looked
nice.
incredible.
You could like pull them apart, but they were sturdy, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, they weren't, like sometimes dried
just like disintegrate. Yeah.
Because they were sturdy.
That's what I was worried about when I was decorating the tables. I was going to start putting stuff down. That's the only thing with dried flowers. If you then are going to decorate the tableware after, like put them on the tables after, is it all disintegrates into like little bits of dust all over like your nice linen, and you have to be really careful. But actually, they were really robust, so didn't really have that problem, to be honest.
Looks so nice. And honestly, this was quite like a last minute thing. Like I met with these guys about they actually only booked me a month ago. 3 weeks ago, they didn't really have a plan.
I didn't realise it was that soon.
Yeah, it was very last minute. Like I think the day I asked you was like the day they'd booked me. Like it was very last minute. They were living in Spain. They've only just come back. Like so, didn't have a lot of time. I did, these are the ones that I said I really felt for because their dress went missing, which actually turned up like 2 days ago. Yeah, so and her dress was insect.
Oh my gosh, she had like a scarf, didn't she? Like a
that was for the so she didn't have that on at the church. And drink reception, she had her veil. She didn't have that on. Then when she come back, she changed into the scarf.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, really nice.
So it was quite a last minute one. And but this wasn't actually their main wedding either. Well, this is like their legal wedding, celebrate with the family in England, but they're having their wedding in Spain next year. So this was like a small kind of gathering.
So they're having a big wedding in Spain.
Well, that's what I had in my head. But then when I spoke to her yesterday, she was like, I'm not doing a big wedding again in Spain. I don't really understand why they're doing another wedding. Yeah. It was such a nice wedding.
It was really nice, I
don't know if maybe they didn't have everybody there. Yeah. I don't know if his family live in Spain, so maybe they weren't all there. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
So I think considering the decor, I've literally been getting WhatsApp messages for the last week, like, we've just ordered this. Hopefully, like, it will all come together. It was all a lot of, like, last minute rush purchases. The runners, they then had, like a cream runner down the centre of the table. They just ordered a load of fabric and sent it, and we just had to
There was a lot of boxes, wasn't there, that had been sent to the venue sort of thing. Yeah. We were kind of rummaging through them on the morning. Yeah. I mean,
got it all in and rummaging through. Like, what have we got here?
There was a package that came. It must have been sort of. So I arrived at 12, and then this must have been about it was about 3 o'clock. It was before you got there. So, and it was a guy from Amazon, and he was like, "I've got a parcel for Lydia." So obviously, I know. Right, I'm thinking, who is that? And then I was like, "Oh God, I don't think anyone's here under that name."
What?
Because I was like thinking, because I thought it must be surely at this point in the day, there's not going to be an Amazon parcel arriving for the couple. Like, you know what I mean? I just literally didn't click, and then I was like, oh my God! I signed for it and took it in.
How funny! Wasn't it like elderflower cordial?
Yeah, it was like some kind of cordial for one of the cocktails. But I was like, that's lucky that came, because Amazon they don't always deliver on time.
Especially like locations like that where they get there, they can't work out the entrance.
Like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was like, no, there's no one here under that name.
Just the bride.
Same the caterers as well. They were like, no. So I was like, no, I'll sign for it though. It's probably someone else's wedding.
How funny! Oh my God.
Oh, I had a bit of a moment there.
This is how your brain goes.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, you're just so like
handling all this cheesecloth, like, oh.
Yeah. But it looked so good. The tables looked lovely, and they were so happy. Like, it comes together so well.
They were
stunning, and then flowers really nice. Like in the big windowsills look beautiful. And yes, the whole look of the day looked lovely. Food was amazing. So they did so they actually got married at the church, which was really nice. Had the drinks reception there.
Yeah.
Then they all came back. As we said, they had a little break. They had a 2-hour break. Everyone went up to their rooms. They had their picnic baskets, which was really nice. And then everybody came back down to the bar. We had to kind of go round, didn't we, and knock on people's doors, get people down, didn't we?
Yeah. Like, time to come down.
Come back down now.
Yeah.
And then we got them all sat down for dinner. And they had like a buffet, which was just so nice.
Oh,
like
my
salads.
gosh. So fresh.
It was all vegetarian as well. Pastas, like
delicious.
So good.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. And the dessert, basically it looked like a little garden, didn't it? And there was like little terracotta pots,
edible garden.
The whole thing was edible.
Yeah,
like little stones in the soil, and it was all chocolate and caramel and sponge and
banging.
So good.
So good.
So good.
Lots of long speeches, very long on the old speeches, won't lie.
Very. So what do we say is an average speech time?
5 minutes.
And how long
max.
was? And how long was one of the speeches?
20 minutes, one of them said. But I don't actually know. I didn't time them in the end.
Oh, my goodness.
I was sat in the other room. I was like, getting to that point of the day. And I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah, there was quite a lot of speeches, quite long. But also, and they had the house hired, so you don't have to have like a finish time, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
But they kept the bar staff till 10, which I kind of feel like they should have done till midnight. I was only there till 10 as well, so I don't know how that then went for the rest of the night. But I just think it would get a bit messy and people having to serve themselves.
Yeah.
I think it's okay if you're just doing wine and beer, which I think is what they did, because they said they did an announcement at like 10 to 10 saying if you want cocktails, go and get them now. So I think what they did was they then just had... Yeah, but I don't know, because there was loads of like soft drinks and there was still like spirits, like a mixer. So I don't know whether people, when just seeing people go behind a bar is just all a bit messy. And there's always a couple of people that take over, but it's always men that like, oh, I'll do the bar. Like, it's
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. And one thing I really loved was they had a projector screen up with all like pictures of them projected onto it. That was really cool. And that was in like the bar area. So when you walked in, it was like, oh, cute. So that was really nice. So I think they had a really good day. Weather held out. The sun shone at one point.
I know.
But honestly, their church. So they got married at Rugby School Chapel. So the bride went to school there. You have to be alumni.
I was wondering if there was something like connected with them with where they got married, because I saw there was a quad and things like that. So I thought, this must be some kind of like.
It's a private school.
Okay,
yeah. Boarding school,
right?
But oh my god, it's stunning.
Is it nice?
It's so nice. But the coordinator was telling me that although you had to be alumni or staff to get married in the chapel, they can do civil ceremonies there.
Oh, okay.
So really, really not. The chapel was stunning.
Oh, I bet it was
really nice.
But it was lush, and it was such a nice day, like weather-wise. They had a real golden hour. Didn't they? All the sun came through and like into where the Great Hall where they were eating, and it was just really lovely. It was really nice.
One thing to flag that I said to them in their final meeting, we were talking through drinks, what glasses they need to order, because this is the thing when you're doing a dry hire, what glasses are you ordering, what drinks are you having, how much are you buying? And I said to them, on the tables, you'll want a wine, red wine glass, white wine glass, flute for your toast drink.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, no, you know what? We're just going to have the bar open. We're going to not have wine on the table. So we'll just... And I was like, okay, we'll do a water glass then, because otherwise your tables will look a bit bare if you've just got a flute or no glasses. It'll look rubbish. And I was like, I would advise, though, to have wine on the tables, because it's just... When people are eating dinner, they're just expecting to have wine and, getting up and down. Like, you're already getting up and down for your food. Then you've got to get up to go to the bar. Well, we're about halfway through dinner. And the bride looks over at me and says, you were right about the wine. I should have listened. Yeah. I was like, and I literally went, I know.
I know.
Because it is, especially a certain generation of people will just, a man said to me like, oh, where's the wine? And I was like, oh, you just go to the bar, and they can give you a drink. And he was a bit like, and I was like, I'll get you a bottle. So in the end, the elder people, we were like, well, not elder, but
Yeah.
And we were getting some wine glasses and just bottles of wine and stuff were being passed about.
Yeah, because I noticed some people started coming up and just asking for a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, just ask for bottles. Yeah, because that is just the expectation. But also the issue with that was the room was tight.
Whoa.
So tight.
It? Oh my
I'm
goodness.
actually going to message the venue and say you can't do 3 rows of tables, you can only do 2.
Yeah, it's not feasible. Imagine trying to serve a 3-course meal in there.
Oh,
you couldn't.
No, that would have been horrific. Thankfully, it was buffet, but people were struggling to get in and out, and so if you're already struggling to get in and out, and then the bar's not open, you've got to go to the bar. There's no wine on the table.
It was very And then we were all as we were setting up, we were like, I was chatting with the caterers, and we were like, oh, I hope the bride doesn't have a big dress.
Oh, yeah.
And she did. But it is what it is. And also, if it's a venue that's perhaps not done that many, I don't know, that kind of layout of tables, they don't know either. And you kind of want to meet the couple's expectations, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we just got away with it kind of thing. But like you say, next time you would say,
definitely, especially if you haven't served,
yeah.
Fun times. Well, that was your first experience of coordination.
That's very good. What would you rate me out of 10? Would you invite me back again?
100%.
Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Aww.
You're like me. You just get stuck in and you just muck it. You know, like we're just running around. You're not afraid to like get a bit sweaty.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was so sweaty. Also, I've got the world's most disgusting blister on the back of my foot.
No.
Yeah, it's Ming. I got back home and I was scared to take off my sock. It's because I wore my little boots, but I wore trainer socks. Big mistake.
Yeah, big mistake. I hate trainer socks.
So do I. I don't know why I wore them. It's because I was going to wear a pair of like plimsoll things, and I changed my mind because they were uncomfortable. But it was only towards the end I was like, that's really hurting. But I normally wear trainers, you see, to what old boot like. But obviously I wanted to wear something that's a little bit more smart because I'm not like doing floristry. Yeah. Which was like, oh, you should have wore your Skechers. I was like, they're literally old trainers. I would have looked like a scumbag, but they would have been.
You can wear black trainers over like under wide leg trousers. I've got my shoes are just like I said to you the other day. I get the ugliest shoes from Deichmann, and I get the same pair. Is it Deichmann or is it Deichmann?
I have no idea.
You call it Deichmann, I call it Deichmann.
It's probably Deichmann. That sounds more like Dutch. Are they Dutch? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds better.
I feel like the H would be silent though, so it is Deichmann.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I get these ugliest shoes and I just buy them every season and they're so freaking comfy. They're so ugly.
I remember I come with you to get them once.
Did ya?
At Milton Keynes. I think it was...
There you go.
I think it was when we first met, when I not long had Lily and we met up the city centre and then in Milton Keynes, and you got a pair and I was like, ugh. No, I'm joking, I wasn't.
They're like 20 quid, but they are so comfy.
So comfy, yeah.
And they last.
That's good,
as well.
so that's good.
Right. Yeah, great. I mean, actually,
can't beat that.
I haven't bought a pair this season because them ones are still fine from last year. I think it just depends how many weddings I'm doing, but yeah. And I used to get really bad metatarsargia in the balls of my feet.
What?
It's like pain in the ball of your foot.
What's it called?
Really, really painful. Metatarsargia.
Whoa, that's a long name. I know. Surprised you. Like, I could remember that.
Yeah. Had it for years. So,
oh my gosh.
There you go. Oh. How has your week been other than working with me?
Oh, it's been good. It's been good. I've got so coming up for the week ahead, I've just been planning because of bank holidays and things like that we've got here in the UK. It does mean that there's delays with obviously when the flower deliveries come, and I've got orders for this week coming. So I've just been kind of navigating that a bit. Really, I've actually got quite a lot of funeral work. Still, I've really it's been.
Up to the old funerals.
Yeah.
All their friends and family are hearing about you from the funerals.
But I was also freelancing as well. So I've done a lot of freelancing this week. But yeah, it's just been very flower filled, but it's been very nice and
good.
I basically have a week where I've got sort of my own orders and things. It's a little bit tame, and then I literally am doing like 7-day weeks, like going ahead, which is normal it's not really 5-day week. It's like a normal working week for the average person, but obviously having a child and things, I haven't done. That's like for me, it's like quite full on, especially like because of where I freelance or I'm working. It tends to be like long driving, so it. Yeah,
and also you got to think. You are still doing other stuff, like you are still having to like do your own social media, do your accounts, do your emails, do your inquiries, do your proposals. So actually, if you added up all the time you're doing on your own business plus your freelance, you are probably working more than full time.
Actually, that's a job I really want to get done this week. Is I wanted to plan in all my social media posts. I was going to sit and spend an hour and just like plan them all in because I've got so many lovely photos I want to share from previous weddings over the last like couple of months. I just need to get out there, but it's finding the time to do it and making it look good and finding the wording, and so I need to sit down because actually Richard's got an extra day off this week, so I'm hoping that's what I'll do.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, definitely. And getting started, it's like remembering to record, isn't it? When you're doing things, to like do like tips of like how you can do this.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the best flower to have for May and June? You could do that every month. Do like the top flower of the month or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Using it.
Yeah, actually, question to the listeners: What would you want to know from your florist?
From your florist.
What would be interesting? Tell us. Tell me.
Do you know another good one I get asked every wedding is where to hold your bouquet?
Oh, do you know what? It's so funny now because when I come in to deliver like the bridal bouquet, I always say bush to bush.
Yeah, I said that to them. Yes, they love it. They think it's so
hilarious. But they remember.
Get some laughing. Yeah, exactly. And it gets some laughing before the ceremony. So you could do a little video on that.
I have had like a bit of a stuffy like mother of the bride before this sort of like looked at me and I'm like,
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be going.
How funny.
Oh dear.
Fab. So this week, Pinterest has dropped its, well, they're saying it's 2026 trends, but basically they've done this report. This is a really good report.
I thought this was great, actually.
So good. Yeah, it basically shows us at the minute for this year what are the top things that people are searching for. So I wouldn't say they're necessarily 2026 wedding trends, because I'd say that people are probably looking for their 2027 weddings. But it's things right now that people are looking for in terms of weddings. So first up, one I love and I really want to do a wedding like this. So if anyone's listening and they want a planner or a coordinator and they want this colour scheme, please let me know. It's plum and olive weddings. They are up by 1,380% of searches.
That's mad.
And oh my God, I love this colour scheme so much.
Plum and olive,
and olive. I mean, like fig wedding is up by 515%. Merlot weddings in there. Raspberry wedding, dusty off. Yeah, I love the colour Merlot. Beautiful.
Oh, so do I.
Dusty olive. Like, so those plums, greens, stunning.
Really
and actually,
nice.
my business brand is that kind of plummy colour.
Yeah,
isn't it?
you're plum and I'm olive green, so.
Yeah, do you know what? And I've always said if I rebranded, I would, because at the minute mine's paired with like it's actually called Dusty Rose, like the pale pink or vintage rose, something like that. And it's vintage rose. But I always said I'd swap that for like a greeny colour.
Yeah.
But then I've always said actually no, because I do think anything, if you've got anything green in your branding, to me it just screams florist.
Yeah.
And actually if I was a florist, I would have plum and olive green as my colour scheme, or like a forest green.
Because I love the colour plum. A lot of what I wear, I've got loads of plum coloured clothes, and then a lot of my bags I tend to, and shoes I pick up in plum.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just think it goes
rebrand with plum
everything.
and olive green.
Yeah. Also, I love the
so nice, so luxury.
Very luxury.
That's why I went with plum, because there's like psychology behind all the colours. And when I first met like the designer that done the branding for my business, she went through like the psychology of the colours and stuff. And plum is very much like luxury, and like it kind of like that's how it makes you feel. It's like warm and it's like yeah. And did you know red is food? That's why years ago when I had my brownie business during COVID, my branding was like a reddy brown.
This is really interesting.
Reds and browns is food. Makes you think of food. That's why McDonald's is red.
Well, I never knew that.
I know.
Well, I learned something today, guys.
Green is flowers. Flowers. Yeah, foliage.
Perfect.
You know.
That's what I am.
There you go.
Love that.
Moving on, Opalite aesthetic is up by 2,710%, and so is opalescent aesthetic as well.
This just reminds me of that Taylor Swift song.
Mental.
Opalite.
How does it go? Sing it to me.
I'm not singing it. I'm not singing it. I'm sorry. No one wants to hear that. I'm not doing that to no.
So basically, if you're a bit like, what the hell is opalite? It's like an iridescent, like the kind of it's like a pale blues and things like that.
It's like an opal. Like the jewel, yes, or like what's an oyster? What's inside an oyster? What's it called?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
A pearl. I literally just said it. But
and
it's like that. That kind of
colour.
And it's like very. Is it ethereal?
Ethereal.
Very kind of like running through
shimmery
the forest with like Lord of the Rings fairies. Like it's all gone very whimsy.
Pastels, which I think at the minute is like pastels. Like we were saying last week, weren't we? All over the place with the old pastels.
Yeah, for sure. And
definitely
lots of glitter and.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm not going to lie. I'm into it.
Me too. One I am loving, up by 1,115%, is jazz club weddings. And I'm not shocked by this.
I don't know why, but...
Really?
I just can't imagine typing into my Pinterest, jazz club wedding.
Jazz club wedding, yeah. But in the way that I'm thinking it, I mean, don't forget, guys, this is a worldwide platform. So for me, what that would kind of be is we are doing a lot of weddings last year, this year, town hall in London, and then like a wine bar or like a really small restaurant, that kind of jazz club vibe. You know,
it's
like
also got speakeasy lounge, so it's like I love that, like the kind of like 1930s like speakeasy, like really cool.
Yeah, and I wasn't surprised by that because I think a lot of people are going smaller weddings where they get married at like a town hall and then they go to like a little club or a jazz club, a bar.
I love that.
A really small
Cute.
restaurant, and then have their reception. So yeah, I really wasn't surprised by that, to be honest. Yeah.
Also, cinema wedding was up by 105%.
Yeah, which the photographer yesterday, did he tell you he'd done
the day before, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was really cool. They got some awesome photos, yeah. Really
oh my
cool.
God, weren't they cool? Yeah, where they were sat in the
cool.
seats with the popcorn.
Yeah.
Really cool. Love that. Another one I was not shocked by, up by 1,510%, was drapery backdrop. Draping is huge.
We have a wedding, don't we, in a few months' time that's draping heavy.
I've got 3.
Have you?
Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all having draping.
Are they all having white draping or ivory?
Yeah, that big, like, really, like, dipped.
Yeah.
One of them, though, is having, they've got a club afterwards, after the marquee, and they're having red draping in the club.
Oh.
Yeah, really cool, low light.
Do they know that red's for food, though?
It will make them hungry. Yeah, so I was not surprised by that. Draping is huge at the moment. And especially that draped backdrop look, you know, when it's very like, you know, like
I know
flowing down.
Yeah, it's like
this.
proper, yeah.
Looks quite like vintagey, like, yeah.
It's very swooshy.
Yeah. Swooshy. And then you have like your cake in front of it or something. Especially if you've got like one of those Lambeth cakes.
Oh,
with the frills on it. Frilly.
Oh, frilly.
Yeah.
Love it. Also,
So, yeah,
I see on here book wall backdrop.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to...
Book wall
How
backdrop.
would that even look? Let's have a little look.
I think it's just like, you know, like say you're in like a library and you've just got like shelves of books. That's like your backdrop.
Oh yeah,
almost.
because where we got married, there was a library there, and a lot of people go and have photos in that room.
Yeah.
It's all going very like old school, but like 1800s vibes.
Yeah.
Like I see here, someone's like they're looking up carousels.
Yeah.
Monet wedding.
Yeah.
You know, it's very
yeah,
it's very 1800s, darling.
But then even like fashion at the minute, it's gone back to the 90s, you know. I mean, obviously 90s isn't that old, I suppose. So, but yeah.
No, it's not that.
No, it's really not. No.
I'm all up for this sensory styling. So this is like very interactive with guests, like getting people to be able to do things and getting involved and touch and see and smell and things like that. So I think one thing that I've seen a lot of, and it's obviously, and it's here as well, is up by 870%, is the flower bar setup, which has been getting more and more popular over the last year. But also even last year I had a few where they want the florist to stay, do like a bar, or at least take the flowers apart and giving them out. Yeah. Guys,
honestly, if you're spending money on your flowers, have a flower bar at the end of the night or the next day.
It's really nice.
Such a good idea.
Really nice idea.
We kind of did it with ours, didn't we? With my wedding.
Yeah, you did,
and like people then had bouquets and whatever, and they loved it.
They did. It's just again, it's like people feel like, oh wow, like this is so different. And again, it's like they can touch, they can feel that like.
Yeah, I love that. And I just you're right. Like anything interactive, like there's perfume bar wedding here.
Oh, I love this vegetable centerpieces thing.
Yeah, well, people are using fruit and veg.
Did I ever show you the one that I saw on Instagram and it was all cauliflower?
Yeah, I think you
and
did.
That was weird. It looked like clouds. I mean, it was okay, but I just thought the smell. Cauliflower stinks.
Yeah. Oh, and we see the carrot ones where you drill it.
Oh, the carrot. Yeah,
that was
cool.
Cute for Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, flower bars. Honestly, I feel like they're a trend at the moment and they should definitely be here to stay because it's reducing waste. It's giving something for people to take home. Yeah. We love it. Talking of weddings yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Flower pot cake ideas up by 715%. So they had the flower pot garden table.
This now makes sense because I thought, wow, did the couple ask for this or is this his like
I don't know.
Because I was like, this is not random, but it like I don't know, like I just thought, wow, this is so different. Like, is this an idea they've seen or?
Yeah, because he's not actually a wedding caterer. He's in racing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's like a chef in racing, but he kind of like knew someone who knew someone or whatever.
I see.
So they wanted him to do it. So I'm wondering if it's something that he does.
I see. Oh, that's interesting, actually. But I just thought, I wonder then if they kind of looked on, like, have they been Pinteresting things and they've seen it, and like this is like where it's starting to come through.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But also, wedding cake tiramisu up by 635%. Not shocked.
No.
And actually, a lot of this stuff, I literally have a wedding that's like the dark colours with like the plums and stuff and the reds, the giant oval shaped tiramisu cake and the draping. Literally
just bang on.
So popular right now. Also, what I meant to mention was with the draping, it's not even necessarily like the walls or the ceiling. People are having that draped tablecloth look as well. I've got a couple this year that are doing that. Where like the tablecloth is almost like bunched together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So it's not like just a straight flat tablecloth.
No,
it's like or it's like off the edge of the table is like flowing down. Tiramisu wedding cake, huge right now. Yeah. Massive. Yeah. There you go.
Kitsch cake, pink and red vintage cake. It's always kind of like piped. Yeah.
I was quite shocked that Lambeth cake wasn't
yeah.
But I wonder if people just don't know that that's the name of them.
No, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't type that in.
I didn't for a long time.
I wouldn't type in that. I would literally be putting in frilly cake or vintage cake.
Yeah, which I'm surprised. Yeah, vintage wedding cake isn't on there. I'm quite surprised about that. With like the cherry vintage wedding cake cherry.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that isn't on there. To be honest. Unique wedding activities up by 720%. People are honestly, every couple I speak to this year is like, if anything, I'm a little bit like, you need to chill out on the entertainment now because it's like you got too much stuff going on.
Do you remember when we watched that when we were on our way to Dublin, we watched that program about the wedding planner,
the wedding coach,
and that couple had like tarot cards and this, and they were just throwing in all this like stuff.
Yeah.
It was a similar thing, wasn't it? It was just too much, and it just.
I've got a tarot card reader this year. We've got tattoo artists this year.
Wow! Oh my God, dance off here, look.
All sorts. Dance up. Written songs up by 1,975%. Not really sure what that is, but there you go.
Interesting.
Wondering if it's that they write their song. I don't know, their first dance song. Don't know. One I did see that is huge at the minute. I didn't know it was huge until I saw it on here. I don't know if it's American, but up by 940% is Matchbox Inspo. So people are having like personalised little matchboxes. So again, to go in with that like speakeasy 1920s vibe.
Okay.
And one of my couples recently asked for these. Is what they mentioned Matchbox. I'm like, what are
you talking about?
So you know, like back in the day, in like America, it's quite big. You go into a bar and you get a little matchboxes with their like. It's almost like a business card, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a matchbox.
Yeah.
It's like that. But
that's pretty cool, though. I like that.
I quite like it. I do.
I would love to do a speakeasy, like I think for a birthday party or something. Obviously, I'm married, so it wouldn't. But I think for any kind of event, like if you can, like, or even like an after party, and like you kind of like.
I really want to do a wedding at the Savoy in like the Art Deco bar.
Oh my gosh!
I don't even know if they offer it. They probably don't because it's the bar, you know. But if I had a couple that had the budget to be like, no, we want to hire this space, this stuff.
Oh God, yeah.
All this stuff with the tiramisu,
the
it
would
very
work
vintage
so
1920s
well.
dress, the matchboxes.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So freaking cool.
Like
a singer in the corner with one of those like silver microphones.
Yeah, I literally can see it. Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah.
I love that bar so much.
So cool. It's so nice. Cool. I love it in there.
Nice. Wedding projector up by 625%. We had one yesterday. And it's very much like that old school that it even says here, retro tech is stepping back into weddings. We've spoke about it before, about the old school camcorder vibe videos. And literally is what they had yesterday, like their old 90s. God, I mean, they're probably not they probably weren't born until 1999. But they old school pictures on a projector just looks really grainy really and cool.
I liked it. And also this is, I don't understand this thing here, what it means, but flower animation video. Who's looking that up? What is that? If anyone wants to...
I do think some things in this report, though, have just been picked out to be like, it could be related to weddings.
Could be related, but it also
whereas,
might not be.
Wedding projector actually is people are looking at it for their wedding.
I really like that.
All those kind of like film camera, film photography. All of my couples right now are saying, does the photographer offer film? So yeah, there you go.
What I thought was hilarious was an extra set of things, which was the alternative bouquets, where people up by 1,275% a pipe cleaner bouquet.
Right, so I looked into this because we were like, what the hell? So, again, I think this is one where Pinterest has just gone, could be related to weddings. Because if you actually Pinterest pipe cleaner bouquet, oh my God, these are insane. But this is like people that make these bouquets out of pipe cleaners. I went down a right rabbit hole looking at this. I'm like, I'm about to buy a load of pipe cleaners off Amazon, mate. And they look so good, but it's very much down like the arts and craftsy, like you could have them at home or make them with your kid. I'm just looking at them
now,
you'd make them, you wouldn't have them. I haven't seen any pictures of people having them as a wedding bouquet, put it that way. So one that I definitely agree with is up by 1,015% is the bouquet purse. And you did one last year, didn't you? There you go.
Did.
Very popular. I've got one this year. A wedding
Very
this year
popular.
That's having one. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
They are cool, and they're often done with like calla lilies, aren't they?
So,
because calla lilies have a very long, bendy stem, so you can make them into like funny shapes, and they are pretty cool, and put pearls on it and everything, which seems to be the vibe at the moment.
A bouquet with a difference. Everyone's just trying to be different, aren't they? That's the thing. But then as you see by my bride for this year, so she's having like the dark. It's very like Wuthering Heights vibe, dark colours, quite bit gothic. The frills, the lamp of cake, blah blah blah. Well, she picked all this stuff about 18 months ago before it was really on trend, and now it's fully on trend, and she's like, for God's sake, I bought this trend in. Celestial Whimsy Goth is up by 1,330%. I did have a look at it. It's like the moon, the stars, gold, dark blues, that kind of vibe. It's not quite gothic, but it's like, it's more like a whimsical-y kind of,
It's kind of witchy, kind of like tarot, like looking at the stars.
Yeah, exactly, that kind of vibe.
I do like that, though, to be fair.
Yeah. For wedding dresses, 1980 wedding dress and drop waist wedding dress corset, both up by like 1,000%. Yeah, very popular.
A lot of people are styling their like mum's dresses, aren't they?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So I think that's been quite and actually, if this is the theme that you want to go with, is that 80s wedding dress, and it's perfect.
Yeah. That we had one last year. It was like a vintagey like creep. It was a really old dress. Basically, it was quite like frilly.
I remember. Yeah.
Very much that vibe.
Proper heirloom.
Yeah. And then another one that's up quite high is a soft side parting for like hair and makeup, so 840%. So I think a lot of people are going for like side parting, ponytail kind of. I'm also seeing a lot of people have like just full down hair, like blowouts, but that's not on here, which I was quite surprised about.
Saying about Hollywood makeup as well, isn't it? It's quite
vintage.
High glam makeup now, but that's very much like a 1980s, 1970s, 80s wedding, isn't it? Because it used to be like big hair up, lots of makeup,
I haven't
like
seen
heavy
that
eyes.
Personally.
I haven't, but
there we go. So that is the trends right now. Let us know. Are you sticking to any of these trends? Are you not? Is there any that you hate? Is there any that you love? Let us know. Is there anything that you think is going to come in?
Doing a pipe cleaner bouquet. I would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, there you go. Right, should we move on to the listeners' questions and messages?
Let's do it. So got here, hey, absolutely love the podcast, and I'm getting loads of tips and advice from you guys, which is really helping me plan.
Thank you so much.
I had a question regarding kids at weddings, which I know is a touchy subject. You tell us, girl. I wanted to ask how you stop the invites spiraling out of control when friends and family members keep getting pregnant.
That age.
Oh dear. We originally had a set few we'd invite from the wedding party. We didn't want any originally, but compromised. And then a close friend of my fiance's fell pregnant, so we included her little one, and then one of the groomsmen announced he was having a baby. A close family friend was allowed to bring her little boy, and now both her and her sister are pregnant too. We are worried this keeps happening and where and how to draw the line. Any advice on how to handle this in the most sensitive way possible would be greatly appreciated, and what you feel is the right thing to do. Thank you. So, my initial thoughts on this is they didn't want to have kids at their wedding, so I actually think they should just say it's no kids, and if you're pregnant and you're going to have a baby, then you need to sort of babysit.
But they've already said yes to some people. That's where they went wrong.
Yeah.
That's where you went wrong. You can't.
This is it. I would have just blanket no.
Yeah.
Because then it's a no.
And I think that's the only answer to this. I think the only answer is you need to send out an email if you've done like a wedding website or something from that, and say, hi, guys, and just say, or speak to those people, like message them directly and just say, I know we did say yes to babies, but we're now having a situation where there's lots of babies being born. So we need to just say, no,
that's good. No,
unless your wedding's in like 2 weeks, because then you're a bit screwed.
Yeah.
If it's I think away,
obviously these, as someone who has a kid as well, like, I wouldn't want to bring a baby to a wedding.
No, but I suppose I do understand the difficulties of newborn babies.
100%. So, a newborn is,
But you need to just be prepared. So I don't think you can be annoyed if the parent doesn't come. I think you just need to expect them. We had the same. We had a couple of people with like very newborn babies, so breastfeeding, etc. So they didn't come, but that's fine because that's my decision that I didn't want any kids or newborn babies there.
That's what I mean. If that's your preference, then you got to kind of like stick to it. Or unfortunately, you've got to. If you want them to come and then actually it doesn't bother you that much, then I would just. But if it's something you feel strongly about that you don't want any children, then I think you should just.
You need to have
said,
all or nothing.
Email and have it.
You can't be like, but they're a really close family friends. That's why we'll let them come. But because then they'll think, what? So am I not as like? Is my baby not as important?
Yeah.
You've either got to have none, or you got to have a creche for your wedding. By the sounds of it. Or you could, depending on the layout of your venue, don't know what kind of venue you've got, but if it's like, I don't know, a hotel where there's like separate other rooms, or if there's like a venue, you're at a venue where there's like lots of extra spaces, could you hire a couple of nannies in? People take their babies there, and then if they are breastfeeding, they can pop in and feed. I mean, your friends better than we do. Are they the kind of people that are just going to go and sit in that room the whole time? Are they going to be okay with leaving the baby there? But it's an option that you could offer people to say like, well, we'll have this service. You can't bring the baby into the wedding, but if you want to pop off, you can. Or I don't know. Or I've also heard of like one of my friends before took their mum to the wedding, so they like stayed at the hotel, so they went off to the wedding, but her mum also stayed in the hotel, and then she just popped upstairs to then breastfeed, and then popped back downstairs again. So you could do something like that.
It is a tricky one because everyone has different opinions, and often the opinions either swing very much one way or the other. There's no kind of in between. So like I guess for our wedding we were lucky though because we said no kids, but we had my nephew, but he was like 5 months old, so he was like a little, like he didn't even have a seat. Do you know what I mean? But that was the only exception we had. But we didn't have anybody else who had a baby that age, you see. So if you're getting like, it sounds like they've got like about 5 babies now. And
I think you just have to be honest. You just have to say, look, I'm really sorry. I know we said yes to start with, but look, we're now in this situation where we could end up with like 5 or 6 babies, and that's just not what we want. Because I'm not being funny. I've seen it at weddings, and everyone's just passing around the babies, cooing over them like it's not a freaking grandma's tea party. It's my wedding. Come on, it's not a baby shower.
No, see, this is the thing.
And it just.
I do agree. I do agree. I know I've got children, but I just feel like wedding is not. I just don't know. That's my opinion. Like weddings are not for I don't think they're really for babies. Children. No. Like they don't want to be there.
No, and little newborn babies should just shouldn't be in that environment really. Like what would you have done if like you were invited to a wedding and you knew Lily was going to be like 1 or 2 months old? What would you do?
I would have had a babysitter.
Would you? Yeah.
But then that's because I wouldn't.
You were bottle feeding, so you're all right.
But we did both. Like I was. Sorry to be like whatever, but I wasn't like. I was very much of the. This is just me as a parent though. Is that I wanted her to fit around our lives. Okay, so even though I wanted to breastfeed, I was like I needed to have a bottle because I can't have her attached to me all the time because I work, and B, like there's things that we're gonna not be able to do that for. So that was. I went in with that. So I tried to make it work. So in my opinion, if I knew that was coming up, I would have arranged.
To make sure.
But that's me. I know it's very personal, isn't it? So everyone's different. But
because I think that's the big issue, isn't it? Is if you're breastfeeding, you're a bit screwed. Because
you're stuck. They're tied. That's it. So, but anyway.
But I'm sure that not all of these people will be in that situation. I'm sure there's probably only going to be like 1 or 2 that are like, well, I need to feed. So I think that's 100% what you're gonna have to do. You say about handling in a sensitive way. I think they need to be sensitive to you because it's actually your day. You need to not worry too much about what they think, and if they're going to get funny about it and not come, then they're the insensitive ones. So
I think so. I do feel a lot of the time people have children, they think, obviously it's a massive thing in your life, but they almost feel that it's like the biggest nothing else matters in the world.
It's all about the baby.
You know, your wedding means nothing, and my child comes first and I'm going to bring them to your wedding. It's like no. I've paid a lot of money for this day.
But it's like a close friend of my fiance's. Oh, and one of the groomsmen. Well, the groomsman can still come, but if his wife doesn't want to go, we had that situation. One of Martin's best friends, and then his wife was breastfeeding, she couldn't come. That's fine. But his friends still came because you can't. They don't both need
he's
to
not
not
breastfeeding.
Come. Yeah, exactly. They both need to not come. So, but I would 100% say you have to do all or none. You can't say and
can't
then
do the
that would be I ain't even got children or have that. But even I would sit here and say now if I just had a baby and then I turned up to a wedding and someone else has got their baby there and you've been told you can't bring yours, you would be pissed off, wouldn't you? I mean, I probably wouldn't because I'd be like, you've got to have your kid and I have.
I've got a night off.
But you would, wouldn't you? If it had been an ag for you to get sitters and whatever, you would be a bit like, there's now a baby here. Anyway, that's us for this week, guys. You know where to find us. We are on Instagram and TikTok. It's at Let's Get You Wed Podcast. Please write in your questions, your messages. Yeah, let us know what you think about the Pinterest trends. It's Let's Get You Wed Podcast at gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on the videos. It really helps us and our stats. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.